our way to Farnworth as somebody's requested the bailiff response team Northwest to need assistance because Marston's are there, clamps up this car, I think, so they've called the police. So we're just on our way there now. We're about 5-10 minutes away. Get there as quick as we can. And let's see if we can get them shifted. Let's see if they've got the correct paperwork to force entry as they've suggested to the occupier. Anyway, my name's Wesley Ahmed, being the Bailiff Northwest Response Team and Stand for Common Law. Another line. Bankers!
But they have identified vulnerabilities of unemployment, which is a vulnerability on... I'm not telling you I am. I am not obliged to answer your questions. I am not obliged to answer any one of your questions. You don't question me, I question you. I question you, you don't question me. I am not obliged to answer your questions. Are you a policeman? Are you an officer of the law? Are you an officer of the law? Right then, so if you were a policeman, you'll know how it works then. You know how it works then, don't you? Getting on his phone ain't going to do anything either. So he can go and cry down to his bosses as much as he likes. But he is still unemployed as well.
And we work for the people. People power.
Yeah, I know that, Wes. I know that. Yeah,
he is still unemployed as well. So isn't that a vulnerability as listed in the 2014 legislation?
Well, it's
a guideline.
It's due process. Okay.
It's a guideline.
When he's had a court fine, okay, yeah, no, as we know, the courts are amenable. If he approaches the courts and does a means form, okay, the courts are accommodating where they can have attachment to earnings or attachment to benefits where it is weekly or monthly deductible.
Right, okay, send it back then because he's unemployed.
If he's not done that, okay, and they issue a warrant, okay, the warrant is then passed to us. We're lawfully bound to send out a letter giving 7 days notice, which we did do. Okay, if they contact our office, Marsden's being an ethical company, we'll offer down deposit and then 4 weeks to clear the balance. Okay? I think he may have done that because it's a part payment case. If he defaults on that, then it's passed over to an officer and we have the unfortunate fact of coming out, okay, and we are where we are now. We do have the powers of entry if needed. Okay, I know you'll disagree with that.
We'll see what the police say.
What statute? There's a statute that you're relying on.
Where's the warrant that gives you the permission to go through the front door? You have a walk-in possession agreement.
No.
To enter somebody's property, you need a warrant.
Yeah, we have a warrant. The warrant is live and active.
I've asked you 3 times to show me, and you haven't.
Okay, I've just told you I can show it on my phone.
Go on, let's see it then.
It's a digital one, isn't it?
Can we see it then?
This is where now we need to realise. Okay.
I think we should sit down and discuss it and
I think we should, yeah, because I think it helps the situation. Absolutely.
We have asked numerous times to see this digital warrant and you still haven't showed it us.
I'll speak to him, John, right?
He's authorised. He's already told your colleague over there that I can act on his behalf. Do you want him to tell you himself? Just tell him that you can show me the warrant. It's alright. It's alright.
Are you happy for me to show your warrant?
Are you happy for him to show us the warrant?
You're happy with me to show it him, yeah? The warrant that I've got in the system for
we need to see the warrant to see whether it's legal or not.
Are you happy with me to show him?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
S5, fucking hell, you're going up in the world, aren't you? Is it an S4? No, it's not a 5. Why are you so interested in who I am?
Yeah, please. Sorry?
Why are you so interested in who I am?
Just 1 second, mate.
Sorry, mate.
How come you're hiding your identification? Because when you're out and about, you're supposed to be showing your identification. At the minute, so no one can see it.
For nobody else apart from the people.
John, let's mediate. Let's try and resolve it in a civilised manner. Right. So we have a system on our phones, right? When we send an address, we have to do a warrant match. Okay.
0, I believe.
How come he's free of you today?
Because he was...
Because he thought, I'm going to come and meet these fuckers. Didn't you?
Right. What we have to do, okay, I've got to think about debt protection now, right? But so it comes up, all the warrants for this address, alright, on this estate, okay? So, like I've said to you both, it would be unreasonable for the fee, okay, to serve a warrant, and he doesn't do a warrant example, and then there's another one that he's not got and another officer has, okay? Then he could get paid on this case now, okay, and then tomorrow another officer could come, say for his missus, with further charges. That would be unreasonable, yeah, would it not? So that's why we have to do a warrant match on an address. So we've done a warrant match and he's come back. The original warrant he's come for, it's gone away. This is a new tenant. So basically, he's given identification and it's come up that there's a warrant outstanding for him, okay? So it's to see if that warrant is live and active, which it is, and it's in our system, okay, and we can enforce that warrant, okay? We don't need any paperwork, and this is, you look this up, okay, I'm not saying anything, okay, it tells us that it's live and active, it gives us the case details, the case history. This is a part payment, this, isn't it?
Part take it, yeah, he's made payment towards it, yeah.
Has he paid that, right?
He paid a tenner to the...
Right, so he's made courts, okay, so it come across to us as a part payment case. The courts, it used to be, back in the day, the courts, when it comes to us, the courts won't accept payment, okay, but they will accept, what they do is inform Marsden's and do a balance adjustment, so they say, right, still enforce the order, but take off the £10 that he's paid us, okay?
But you can't legally force.
Right, but we can.
Can't.
Right.
Not without a warrant of entry.
Right.
You have a walk-in possession agreement, we know that.
Right, you keep saying walk-in possession, that's now changed. There's
Yeah,
no such thing as a walk
control
agreement now, okay?
So it still doesn't give you authorisation to kick someone's door in or
no,
use force to go through the door.
What happens is, what you're
Or to
saying...
get a locksmith. Or to get a locksmith.
What?
Someone from your company ring the police told me to let me in, let me in.
I don't think that's the case, so...
Someone from who? That us or them?
It's not us. It's not going to be us, is it? We're not going to ring them up and ask you to let you in, are we?
We're not ringing
Right.
anybody up.
So what you're saying about, okay, a walk-in possession or a basically
Warrant of control.
Warrant of control, okay, agreement, that is where it's civil debt, i.e. if it's a parking offence, TMA case, or council tax. You're quite right. The officers haven't got the powers of entry there, okay.
You don't for a court.
That's different.
Show me on your paperwork where it says you've got...
I can show you the legislation, that's not a problem.
Go on then.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is what you're saying is about the taking control of goods agreement, okay, that is when it's civil debt, an officer's been in, and basically...
Levied.
Well, it's not, we can't even call it levy now, it's taking control of goods. They then sign the agreement.
Yeah, I can argue with know what goods means. Goods means if you're going to put them for auction.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the occupier.
They haven't got goods, they've got personal possessions, they haven't got goods.
Property.
Right.
Word it correctly.
Again.
You can't go in nothing.
So what we're saying is now, okay, that's then, the officer then does have the right, if they break that arrangement, that agreement, then the officer does have the right to, obviously because he's listed and he's put control of them, they then belong to, the council, okay, whoever they represent, the officer can, right? When it's a court fine, we do have the powers of entry, and that will come under the legislation, Domestic Violence Crimes and Victims Act, 2004.
I was just going to mention that to you.
4A.
Not joking, just been in court, and the girl had a so because government are that bad, shall we say, they've that fine now has gone from 60 quid. So was it 460 quid?
460.
That's without bailiff costs on
That's without a bailiff. 460 without a bailiff.
I can't say.
I don't know, but she's attended and it's stated. Well, I know. Photograph of it before.
I'm not going on YouTube again, am I?
Yeah. Unlucky.
Oh, but it's good.
It's not for me.
Yeah, but you'll be famous.
No, it's not.
See, well, people will be walking past you in the pub and going,
yeah,
that's him.
Yeah, exactly.
Now then.
So if you end up sat on your ass.
Vito.
Yeah, thanks for that.
So, you
I don't know where you got it.
So if
she's off a warrant.
The way I see it, right, is if you've got powers to enter that property, yeah, when the police arrive, yeah, they will then say, these have got powers to enter, and we'll say, we want to see it, proof of it.
police will know that anyway. However,
Are you allowed to
all
damage?
Come on, we
Well,
know. You had a walking possession agreement last time, warrant of control last time, and they still told you it was
so the
wrong.
police didn't say anything to us.
That's what they came
What,
back and told
I've
us.
got to think about in that situation there, my actions, here of you, okay, then I'm then putting the police in the situation, okay, and I'm also, okay, listen, like I've said to you all along, I've got no issue with what you do, absolutely not, to a certain degree, because you are obviously looking after the public, okay, but you've got to understand our position, we're here to do a job, okay, and these people, don't forget, right, John, these people, these not just a warrant passed over to us and we come out straight away saying we're going to force entry and remove goods. It's not a case of that. You see, from the courts, we receive the warrant, we send out a letter giving 7 days notice. If he contacts us, we then will offer a down deposit and so many weeks to clear the balance. So everybody's trying to help that person, that debtor, and if they don't take, then that's when they send us out. Now my main concern with all us, at this moment in time, the only disagreement is the warrant. Is the fact you're going to sit, like you've said to me before, I'm not challenging you, I'm not going to challenge any officer. What I am going to do, I'm going to challenge the paperwork, okay?
And ask you to look at the legislation.
And we get this all the time, we're going to show you, okay, paperwork, a distress warrant, you're going to say, and I know exactly what you're going to say, like this man said here, it's not signed by a judge. And I'm going to turn around and say to you, it doesn't have to be. Well, right.
Can I just let me just explain something to you now? Right, you got a checkbook?
No, I haven't.
You got a checkbook? Have you ever possessed a checkbook?
I have done, yeah.
Right, so on your checkbook you've got your name printed on it, yeah? Clearly printed on it. So if you write your cheque out, but don't sign it, go to the cashier, into the bank, and try and do a transaction to get your money out of the bank, they'll refuse you. Why will they refuse you? Because you've not signed the cheque. And the reason for the signature and a name you can clearly recognise, that's why it's printed on the cheque, is to make it a legal binding instrument so you can do that goods of exchange. So you're exchanging the cheque to get cash out of the bank. That makes it legal. What's happening here for the courts, with the system, with all the corporations, with your company, if you check our customers, yeah, because they're customers basically, the way we see it, your company will give their signature, and if they do, it'll be a squiggle, a name you cannot recognise. And when they do sign, they sign as the company.
Aston or Bristol and Suter.
We don't.
No, but we
because
as a man,
Yeah.
take your uniform off. You don't work for Masters, you don't work for corporation. You're a man, but that liable has to give the signature and a name that's recognisable. Now, if you go home, in fact, look at your gas bills, your electric bills. Not even bills. You know what they are? Statements. Right? And nobody's putting the names to anything. Because they're all committing fraud.
Right, well, I mean, I can't pass comment on that, because obviously...
We need to do a bailiff intervention, don't we?
Right. What we need to do is really resolve this matter, because...
Until we see a warrant that says you can open that door legally, we're not going to allow you to go in.
But you don't have to allow us.
Well, we'll phone the police and say you're causing a breach of the peace.
It'd be an assault if you touched us to move us out of the way.
Listen, mate, I'm a woman, not a fighter, mate. Calm down, you know what I mean?
If you try and enter the property, we will ring the police and we will tell them that you're causing a breach of the peace.
Yeah, I think so. No, we've not phoned the police. They've phoned the police.
Listen, this is how good the police are. We've come all the way. We've come all the way from Bury. That's how good the police are.
Any police?
There's no point, is there?
Right. I'm trying to.
What you're intending to do now?
What I'm intending.
But he's alleging that you were kicking it.
That's why we wear body cameras, you know what I mean? Because
So did you have your camera on when you first arrived? But you said you've had it off all this time.
I've had it off now because I don't need to. I'm not going to talk to you, you know what I mean? Okay. I don't need to record it. But like I said, if we meet again, I'll shake your hand and we'll discuss the matter. Okay.
Here they come.
They want blue light in them.
You've not seen our videos?
Yeah. I've not. No, I don't. I've not watched it.
Plan of action.
You can do. No, it won't be ever.
Sounds like a paramedic.
Often can leave. Okay. Correspondence. Okay. And then basically, alright, we'll give them 7 days notice. Okay. The card that we leave.
Did you give him 7 days notice before you come?
They've had 7 days with the letter we have.
Have you actually got proof that they received that letter?
It's on. We send it out. I mean, the amount of times, right, John, I go
you know
to
what the posts are like, though, don't you?
Yeah.
You know
the amount of times I go to properties and I say, right, you've had a 7-day letter, if you'd contacted our office, we could have helped you out, we could have offered you down deposit so many weeks to clear the balance. Not an issue, okay? I've not had that letter. I will then turn around and say to that person, well, I've not physically posted the letter, okay, so I can't say. And a lot of people will say to us, can you not do it the recorded delivery? Okay.
Well, that's it then, don't
they
you?
won't do it.
And that ends
Okay.
that ends
Makes
that
my job
argument.
easy then, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? Think about what you just said there. Because when these courts are sending stuff out, council tax out, no, nothing.
Well, I know it's not recorded. I know it's
Nothing.
not. I know. But the amount of times on the same.
Recorded because they've got to get they at that end have to give a signature.
But when I've been in properties and I've not had a letter, and then I look on a mantelpiece there.
That's fair enough if you
You know
get
what I
some
mean?
bangs to right.
So
You know how unreliable Royal Mail is, though, don't you? Come on, how many letters have you rang up about and said, and it's gone missing? And have you never noticed it's like monetary letters that disappear in the post? So,
I think the best way to do this, okay, what we'll do, okay, the officer will leave a notice within 7 days, okay, instructing them if payment's not made, and it will quote the legislation I've said to you about, okay, and then what we will then do, okay, is we would have to come back, okay, and this is what I don't want to happen, because there's officers now saying we can't do it, and we can do it.
well, from the guidelines that we've read, right?
I understand.
The guidelines,
I
the
understand
legislation that
what
we've read, right, says that you cannot force entry without a warrant, right?
you're saying. Right.
So if you attempt, and we're here to enter a property without a warrant, right, the legislation also states that reasonable force can be used to stop you. So if you
But we
attempt
would-
to do anything
but
while
we-
we're about,
we
mate, we're
would-
going to try and stop you.
Well,
And that's, unless the police are here.
Would we force entry without the police being present?
Well, you've
because
threatened it
if
though,
anybody's
haven't you?
forced entry,
With your pants down now, because
No, not at all.
you
Why?
did.
No,
What did you
no.
say to us on the phone that time?
we would force entry, but we'd have the police.
No. You told us. Do you want me to play the video to you? Would you like me to play the video to you?
Right.
I can play it to you.
No. But like I said to you on the phone, you don't know. You didn't know that I was in that property, okay, and I give.
How about that?
Okay, well, all right. You want then? All right, I'm not recording, by the way. I don't need to.
We just want to put you on YouTube later.
The only thing is mine's in flight mode.
So I think the best thing to do to resolve this now, okay, we'll leave the correspondence, okay. But I really think that something needs to be done regarding the fact that with this signed warrant, okay.
Because we read the legislation and that's what it says.
You don't. We need to identify the facts, okay. Can we do what we're doing? Are you saying we can't and we're doing something? I mean, I would never do something unlawful. You know,
let me just explain to you, the law of the land in this country is common law. Right? The law of the land is stated in the Magna Carta of 1215. We know it's common law, right, because Parliament simply didn't exist then. So what are they talking about?
Common law never gets taught in school, and it should it never gets taught.
Common law. Do you know when you get charged in court, right, under an offence to do with the road, you get charged under the Road Traffic Act, right, which is an act of statute. If you get charged with murder, you get charged with contrary to common law, you murdered somebody. So common law is still in this country, so you can't go running round. You can't have common law in it one day and then not the next day. You've got to either decide whether you want it or you don't. We've got it, so you've got to.
So if you're claiming that
by
statute's the law, what you've got to first explain to me is why it says the law of the land in the Magna Carta of 1215.
There's law and lawful, two different things.
Right. Okay. All we do, we get the warrant and we act on the warrant. That's all we can do. Okay?
Yeah, well, that's why we don't blame you, because you got some gimp at your office there telling you this is the correct paperwork. Go and do it.
You've been duped. It's as simple as that. Right.
If I stood there and told you,
all
right, if I worked at Marston's and I was right at the very, very top of Marston's, yeah, and I told you, this is lawful to go and kill that man if he doesn't pay you, would you then go and do it?
Absolutely not.
No, but see, there you go then. So, but if I'm the top man in Marston's telling you that, yeah,
but it's not Marston's.
would you believe?
It's not Marston's,
right.
is it? It's obviously it's from the court.
When is it?
You know the court for the corporation, don't you?
Yeah, but they're still duping you and making you believe. Do you know when this all comes crashing down? You know when it all comes crashing down, yeah? You're going to ring us up, or you're going to come and see us, and you're going to go, fuck. And you need us to come and stop the bailiffs coming chomping on your balls.
For the corporation,
right?
You know I want to know? Because when they shot my cousin dead, this is how I found out there was a corporation. Sir Peter Faye, who shits himself every time there's a meeting, he has been charged with cold.
7 days notice, and then if not, obviously speak to the
Yeah,
courts and
obviously we've heard it in the meantime. It's fine.
Alright, okay. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, I'm happy with that, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Hey, you're not shaking my hand like we would do. I'll even shake your hand, mate. You scare me a little bit, you know. Like Many Black.
We finished on the road.
We've been in court.
That's us being as
Just on our way back from Farnworth to diffuse the situation with Marston's, which was diffused, and the bailiffs have been on the merry way. Didn't have the warrant, didn't have the correct paperwork once again. They're trying to say that you can download warrants off the phones, but obviously you can't. For the police to be allowed to force entry, they need a warrant signed by a judge, which has gone through the court, and the same applies to any bailiff or any court officer who works for the courts. So yeah, that's another victory to beat the bailiff response team Northwest, beat the bailiffs, stand for common law. So if you need assistance, give us a ring. Our numbers are out there on Facebook, and we'll, if we can help, we'll assist and keep the bailiffs at bay. All I can say is love and light. Because you've been bonked.